Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Last time we were mostly focusing on side missions, made a couple of stabs at various Minotaur without actually really... I tried to fight one Minotaur, but it's clear that I was under-leveled, and I started a side quest chain towards a faux Minotaur, or at the very least it seems like a faux Minotaur, but I'm going to set that aside and focus primarily on the main quest for this video. As Assassin's Creed Odyssey progresses, I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to have specific videos that focus only on the main quest, and then or on the side quests and exploration, and never both. That way things don't just become a kind of like a mess of random activities, and more that you have some videos that are more focused, like this one that's going to be more on the main Odyssey, which is in this case Cassandra trying to reunite with her father versus roaming around, exploring the land, and doing various side quests. Though that mess can stay to its own video, and you can, and that's why the descriptions of the videos have been kind of altered to show that that change. So that said, we are now heading west towards Sparta itself, which is kind of interesting that we've spent so long not being in Sparta, as Spartans are, as Cassandra was originally a Spartan. She spends a long time making her way through Athens and then around before she actually gets back to her home. So far, nobody has actually told her anything about her father, her real father, her birth father, other than he is mysterious and hard to describe. I'm guessing he's like the photographs of Bigfoot. He's actually blurry in person. I stole that joke from Mitch Hedberg, who is dead and thusly cannot sue me, which is very unfortunate because Mitch Hedberg was hilarious. So that's where we're going to be heading right now. And that's actually one of the things that kind of surprises me about Assassin's Creed Odyssey is, I guess, the structure of the main campaign. It functions as this kind of, as this woman trying to find her family again. You go off, you look for your stepfather. You find your stepfather, and he's like, no, you should go find your mom. So you go off and find your mom. And in doing so, you find your brother. You find your mom, and she's like, oh, you gotta find dad. And I'm guessing once you find dad, you find mom, you find your stepdad, that eventually means you gotta reunite the family with the brother. So that essentially becomes the structure to this campaign against the cultists. Which kind of reminds me a little bit of Mass Effect 2, because Mass Effect 2's campaign was you're trying to stop the collectors, but the campaign isn't really structured around missions revolving you trying to stop the collectors. The campaign structure is built around a series of recruitment missions where you're traveling the galaxy trying to find people to join your crew. You do a couple of recruitment missions, and then you get a main story mission. You do another couple of recruitment missions, then you get another main story mission. And it repeats like that until you're done.
You look troubled, Cassandra.
This bay feels familiar somehow.
A bird can fly away for seasons, but will always recognize its nest when it returns. This is Sparta.
I don't think I'm welcome here.
I'm not sure of much, Cassandra, but I do know that when the time is right, we always get to go home.
And where is your home, Barnabas?
I'll save that story for another day.
Now, I suppose she might actually have some reason as to why she would not be welcomed back in Sparta, because according to a prophet, she should be dead. At the same time, however, a previous character had said that I should be able to be welcomed here because of my deeds. I forget exactly what it was in relation to. It was the death of the gangster that was harassing some women back in the day. Because I chose to help him out and kill him, the gangster, in a quiet fashion, he said he would be able to help me out in regards to my Spartan citizenship. Also, those whales jumping out of the water, like, I wonder if that's just a random animation that plays out, because if it does, like, whales, like, just leap out of the water all over the place. Like, the sea is just teeming with whales. Doing. Oh, hello, Marine. I heard you the first time.
Lamb, you made it. I trust the seas were favorable.
Poseidon might be the only one not trying to kill me.
When did you go to Thera? Did you find him?
Not yet.
You should. The answers to many of your questions are there. Your father would be proud to see how you've grown.
For now, let's deal with what needs to be done here.
Okay.
I never imagined.
So I guess I'm not really trying to find Dad yet. I'm restoring my Spartan home. So on one hand, she was nearly killed by Spartans. So I wonder exactly how much emotional attachment she has towards the city. So it might be simple to say it's very optimistic to say it's good to be home. It would make sense to say it doesn't feel right. So I think I've got mixed emotions.
I spent some of the happiest days of my life here. And some of the worst, too.
Sparta is our
I mean, if I have mixed emotions about the place, then surely Cassandra has mixed emotions about the place.
Our old house.
Nikolaos stayed after I left, but now that he's gone, I don't know.
Why don't we go find out?
Of course. But first, there's something I want to show you.
What is it? And why do you have to just go into a complete sprint in order to show me? Like, I guess it's better than slowly walking. But it's just kind of funny that she just, like, turns around and bolts. And then we just grab these nearby horses, which I'm assuming are ours? That's the thing, like, Cassandra does own a horse. I don't know where the horse goes most of the time, but I can summon the horse if I want. Oh, looks like I'm in a fight. You don't need a shield. And you also don't need a shield. Yeah, it looks like we weren't able to save the Spartan that... I'm always a little bit late in regards to the, See, I don't think, Marine was...
Sparta, the more memories keep flooding in.
No matter how far I ran, I never could escape them.
I I know.
I like how they're having this casual confrontation in the middle of battle, as if this fight wasn't supposed to happen. Like,
us in that box?
I want to, but it would have taken all the wood in the land to build one big enough.
like, okay, have you figured out what's going on? I am kind of concerned that this quest has now kind of broken itself because of the random encounter we passed by in the woods. Like, and that's that kind of leads to a problem. Of having a game that's so big, you've got so many systems conflicting with each other that that they interrupt the plot. Wow. I think I'm just going to restart it at a checkpoint, and nope, she's going off. It's still good. It's still good. We're still in it. Except now she's gonna sprint all the way. Because we don't got no horses, and that ain't stopping us. Yeah, no mention that we just actually killed a Spartan because we murdered an Athenian citizen who happens to be in Sparta. It's kind of confusing. I'm sure it'll all make sense in the end. At the very least, I don't have to worry about paying any bounties. But I gotta say, she's pretty fast. Although, she's not really being held down by the armor that Cassandra has on her back. I would imagine that if Cassandra was running without the chest piece and the boots and the greaves and the helmet that is kept invisible, because if I spent the entire game looking at the helmets that she wears, would not be able to see Cassandra's emotional face when it's displaying emotion. That so that is kind of like me making fun of it, but at the same time, it kind of reminds me of the argument about Spider-Man and whether Spider-Man takes off his mask too much.
Hesitation only hastens the grave.
You remembered.
How do you think I got this far?
We had to pry that spear
Never.
from your hand while you slept. You said you needed
If you have the chance to kill someone,
I couldn't face Cerberus empty-handed.
don't hesitate.
Those children will be ripped to shreds. We should help them.
Cassandra, wait! You mustn't interfere. This is Spartan training territory.
I hope you're right. For their sake.
And then the children die horribly.
Interfering would only weaken them, weaken Sparta.
They're no good to Sparta if we leave them to die.
And they're no good to Sparta if they're too weak to kill a wolf. Come. Let's go home.
And then we never see those chillin' again. But yeah, there's this, like, I remember a friend of mine, we have this discussion about Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, in that he takes off his mask way too often. And I agree. Like, every scene as Spider-Man, he's taking off his mask.
There's a reason Sparta
And
changes. It has rules and they are strict. Spartans rule Laconia, but most of its citizens are ilotas, enslaved peasants made to work the fields and mines.
Slaves. Why don't they revolt?
Spartan fields keep them fed, and Spartan warriors keep them safe. First from the Persians, and now from the Athenians. When they forget their place, the Cryptia are ordered to keep the peace.
I see.
Most of us make great sacrifices for comfort.
This is Sparta! Also, why do you... Alright, I guess I'll go grab my horse.
Hop, hop.
I don't, oh my gosh. You know, I don't think anybody was meant to be riding a horse through this place. But I guess she's riding a horse through this place.
Raging elsewhere.
Oh my, oh no. This game is just falling apart today. Like, I love Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but oh dear. Also, I believe this upcoming viewpoint is the one required for a very, very old-time quest that I've started for the Blind King. But I guess she's just shoving people out of her way. We're just riding a horse through town, knocking everybody out of the way.
This was the first and last place I ever felt safe.
As soon as you were old enough to hold
Feeling safe in Sparta was the biggest mistake you ever made.
he hid his pride from you. But every night he would tell me, she's going to bring glory to Sparta.
As much as I hate him for what he did, I wouldn't be who I am today without his training.
My heart broke that day. But for the first time in ages, standing here with you, I truly believe it can mend again.
Me too.
Do you remember the first time you held your brother?
I don't, because it was never shown in any cutscene, but I'll just say I remember.
I piled every blanket and pillow we had around me.
Even then, you held him so tight, I thought you would squeeze the life out of him.
He turned out stronger than we thought.
The gods must be playing tricks on my eyes.
Good to see you, Brasidas. It's been a long time since I rescued you from the warehouse fire in Corinth.
That's not how I remember it.
You look well, Brasidas.
The rumors were true. You're alive.
Many
I actually don't remember
still
him.
breathing.
When I heard the two of you came home,
We're in Sparta, but we're not home yet.
We want our
Also, the fact that
Sparta
he's
came
already
to a
heard...
state after Nikolaos' disappearance. They're waiting for his adopted son to claim it, but he hasn't returned from the war.
Yeah, that's because he's been busy in a cult.
I knew I should have killed him on the
Stentor?
beach. What do we have to do to get it back?
You'll need to negotiate your Spartan citizenship with the kings. It won't be easy.
Why not?
As happy as I am to see you, the kings won't be. Especially Archidamos. Your exit from Sparta wasn't exactly graceful.
He can't still be mad I broke his nose.
You broke his
In
nose?
any case, he hasn't forgotten. But I have an idea that might help him forgive.
Tell us.
Spartan soldiers have been giving weapons to the Ilotes. Whoever takes care of these traitors will earn his thanks.
Alright.
Why on earth would Spartan soldiers be helping Ilotes?
Ilotes greatly outnumber Spartan citizens, but they're leaderless, mostly farmhands, servants, and apprentices.
So you need to fight the Spartan traders who are helping out the slaves.
But you said it was Spartans who were arming them.
This is a very gray area here.
Quickly. You find out why the Ilotes are being armed, and you'll have the king's attention.
Where will I find these Spartans?
They were last spotted in the Gorani marble quarry, in the forest of Eurotas.
So, I find the soldiers. Then what?
Spartans are loyal to their commander. Take him out, and the rest should disperse.
Alright, so I only really have to kill one person.
The Ilotes have caused enough trouble with shovels and sickles. The last thing Sparta needs right now is them carrying swords.
Alright.
So, to get our house back, I must take out the Spartan commander responsible for inciting a useless rebellion. Sounds easy enough.
Yeah, those useless rebels.
And where will you be?
This is where I raised you. It's also where Leonidas raised me. I'm going to visit his tomb just beyond the estate. You should pay your respects too before you get started.
I'll try.
Does this mean I've got multiple quests going on? I've always got multiple quests going on. And actually, before I carry on with... I think I'm going to do the Rebellion quest first before the Tomb quest. For no particularly good reason. But before I carry on, let's hit up this viewpoint. Because I believe this actually might be one of the 2 remaining viewpoints I have to hit up for a very old quest that I had started way back in, not in the first island that you start in, but in the second area where where Cassandra had to meet up with her stepfather. I forget the name of that area because it has been a very long time. But let's hit this up and then we can proceed from there. I think it would have been nice and a little bit more picturesque if it was nice and sunny, but also the camera was tilted a little bit downwards so we could see more of the sky and horizon. But no, that is not one of those viewpoints. I was incorrect. You know, it's something that's kind of disappointing is there's so much theater going on in throughout Greece. You don't happen to be walking along and then there's like a random play going on. And I realize at this point what I'm asking for is even more work to be put into it. Like, just considering the amount of motion capture that is already involved in this game, I'm asking for just a short play to be performed that might not be seen by anybody. So, but I think that would have been a little fun. Oh, that goat didn't really stand much of a chance. And again, I'm still collecting wood, I'm still collecting skin, iron, because upgrading your boat is still very expensive. Oh yeah, I just realized I was kind of halfway through a previous discussion. So I understand why Spider-Man why Tobey Maguire, the Spider-Man 2, why he keeps taking off his mask. And that is so that you could see the actor's face. In cinema, drama is generally told through facial expressions, through the appearance of emotion. Through comic books, you're looking at still images, and usually Spider-Man's face in a mask is fine enough. You didn't need to see Peter Parker's face to see his emotion, because you can also see Spider-Man's emotion through his eyes, because the way his eyes appear in the mask also change. And that is generally, for at least for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, that wasn't really an option. That's one of the things that's interesting about Homecoming, is there's more capacity for expression changes for Spider-Man's eyes, especially when it goes into kill mode. Like, you can see there's a difference between regular Spider-Man and kill mode Spider-Man. Now here's the question. Supposedly...
Have to be here somewhere. I need to take down their commander. There's only one Spartan here that I need to kill. It'll be easier if I don't alert the others.
So now if I kill the commander, does it cause everybody to disperse? Which, in theory, that's what's supposed to happen. But in practice, will it? Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot... No, I don't want to... I think I'm trying to avoid killing multiple Spartans for this mission. So let's drop down. Let's drop down. Ah, he started moving. That son of a... That. Okay. So now, it looks like he's circling to a different part of the base, which may or may not be advantageous. Because I don't see anybody nearby him. Nope. That... Yeah, I'm definitely making this up as I go. Oh. I think this might actually work out after all. Because he's heading towards me all by his lonesome. So I can sneak around, hold down Y to... to critically assassinate, and he's dead. Wait, was he not the person I was supposed to kill? I might have had to kill the other guy. Oh well, that was a good try. I think I'm going to have to go into that cave there and take out the guy at the end of the cave, thus nullifying the leadership in this area. I think. The problem is there's this guy. I don't know and I don't think there are any consequences for actually killing just the regular soldiers. Alright. Yeah, that didn't work out. Sometimes stealth is my forte, sometimes it just doesn't work out at all. But this guy is conveniently looking to the left, which means I could at the very least get a nice clean hit on him. Huh. So it looks like I just have to destroy the weapon racks now. I think.
I'm here.
Okay, so actually that is the perch I'm going to have to go to. I wonder if that's really all I had to do. Like, I didn't actually have to kill any of the people here. I just had to find and destroy those weapon racks. Okay, so I think I've discovered my confusion. And it is because Icaros can't actually He can't actually label the weapon racks.
One down, 4 to go.
So I am just going to run around and hopefully succeed in just smacking these weapon racks before leaving. Now I believe there was one I passed by here that I thought I had destroyed.
That's 2. Time to find the others.
In the meantime, I'm going to slowly collect this entourage as I roam about this entire base. Maybe they'll get some hits in from a distance.
3 weapon racks destroyed.
Maybe they
Much
won't.
longer.
But at the very least, I will not have to actually kill any more Spartans in my path. They'll just be like, why are we... Oh, wait. The game is actually telling me where the rack is. Thank you, game. That is very kind of you. But now that that is done, it looks like this viewpoint is the one that I have to do for quest purposes, which I cannot quite see from this angle. But it looks like it'll be interesting. Oh, by the way, so I did say that this is going to try to focus more on Odyssey quests, on the main quests versus just side quests and exploration. But if there is a nearby viewpoint and I happen to be nearby it, it would seem kind of wasteful not to actually just climb up there and nab it while I'm here. Even though it might not be related to the main quest, I am here. Why come back later when I could just unlock this fast travel point? And also, very picturesque. I came to Sparta through the peaks of Mount Taygetos, which jutted from Gaia like they were her jagged teeth. Of all the places cruel men congregated, none were so stained with blood as this. Oh, and almost. So, I'm guessing she's going to try to jump in that lake, but lakes are for losers. Just jump off, land on your feet, you're good. Okay, so now that we've done that quest, we've kind of clumsily went through, killed a couple of captains who we might not have had to kill. It's hard to tell. Now we can finally meet our mother and pay respects to Leonidas, I believe, who is apparently her dad.
Grandfather was a true hero. Maybe one day they'll sculpt a statue of me.
Maybe. Probably not.
Leonidas. He was Sparta's last true hero. We'd all be under the yoke of the Persian Empire if it wasn't for his courage. The same blood courses through your veins.
So, our blood is the blood of kings.
You are so much more than a mercenary. You carry the blood of heroes, blood of power. Remember what I told you?
That people would try to take that power for themselves.
And then you promised.
I wouldn't let them.
Hold out your spear.
Does she know that the spear has specific abilities?
Pythia, I do not care what she says.
Enough! We have grown tired of your insolent tongue. Sparta will not go to war. The Pythia has spoken.
Pythia says what you tell her to say. She has been your puppet for far too long. The time has come to cut her strings.
Oh, Leonidas, the days of heroes are over. You think your blood makes you special? If we opened your veins, it would spill to the ground and disappear through the cracks. You are no one.
You are more than welcome to find out.
Your fate is sealed, son of the lion. Xerxes will unite us. He will bring order to chaos.
So the cultists wanted the Persians to win. Interesting.
You stand for will perish.
And he does defy them, and the oracle has the stepfather throw the children off the cliff. But by that point, Leonidas is already dead, so it's not really that much of a vengeance.
Now, do you understand?
What must I do?
It's time we embrace our destiny. Both of us. If we don't stop the cult before it's too late, then all Leonidas fought and died for was for nothing. Our bloodline has reason to those.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. I've already killed a bunch of cultists.
Mother and daughter united in Sparta at last. And look at you, goddesses among mortals.
We are pretty awesome.
We're honored. I was sorry to hear about your father.
Yes, our fathers would have been proud to see us here today.
You remember Cassandra, my king?
Who could forget? The girl who died to save her brother. Such a tragedy. An innocent child put to death because of an ancient, merciless law.
You don't sound like Sparta. Sparta found me guilty. I wasn't the only one.
2 innocent children were put to their deaths that day.
Cassandra, enough. Apologies, my king. She's been away from Sparta.
No! I've been here. I'm here to fight.
In any case, Sparta was weakened by losing you both.
We're examples of why these laws must change.
Oh, I agree. But King Archidamos, if he could carve Spartan law across the chests of every citizen, he would.
That seems like it would be a bit much. These laws tore us apart. I long for
spent my
peace.
whole life looking over my shoulder. If Sparta is to be my home again, I'd rather it be a peaceful one.
Peace at what cost? When Spartans are
This is true.
training to kill, and when they're not killing Athenians, they're declaring war on their own people. But we're not here to talk about the dead, are we?
We know Sparta reclaimed our house after what happened to my father in Megaris. We want it back.
Mind your tongue, child. You may
Oh,
not
now
be
he
Spartan,
tells me to
but
mind my
I'm still
tongue.
your king.
We graciously request an audience with you and King Archidamos to discuss reinstating our citizenship and reclaiming our home.
Of course. There's nothing I'd want more. Archidamos, however, still hasn't forgiven you for the whole nose incident.
What can
It
we
is
do?
now called
There's
Nosegate.
rumor of a Hilot rebellion, and the Creptia are stalking the flames. Savagely killing Helots, stealing livestock, and leaving corpses to rot in the streets.
The Cryptia represents Sparta's ultimate achievement in military training. Their discipline and fearlessness make Sparta's army the most feared in the world.
Why, thank you for your sudden and necessary exposition.
And training boys to kill unarmed peasants is nothing to be proud of. Do you want your home back or not?
I do.
Good. So the Ilots will no longer support the senseless slaughtering of their people.
And where would I start looking for these cryptia?
One
Oh my
found in a
gosh.
fort on Zarak's Point. Another was assigned to guard the Spartan leader's house. The third is more elusive. He was last seen in one of the villages west of Hilot Hills.
He's more elusive,
Definitely
but
the
he's
loudest of the
louder.
three.
My mother spoke of these cryptia.
She spoke of them just like a minute ago.
Hidden ones, hand-picked at an early age, starved and trained in isolation. They must steal and kill to survive. If they succeed at their training, they become the king's guard.
That sounds like a awful.
For
Like,
years,
can you?
the Kryptia kept the peace between the Ilots and Spartans. Troublemakers and threats among the Ilots were dealt with. But lately, these Kryptia have been killing men, women, and children without reason or
As
mercy.
if they were
Babies
terrible
ripped
people,
from their
raised
mothers
to
and
be
fed to the
terrible
wolves.
people. Who would have
Kryptia
thought?
become a breeding ground for ruthless savages.
Again, who would have expected
anything
that kind
we
of
should know
behavior
about
out of that
King
training regime?
Medicinal,
Regime.
boring. Archidamos values
Is it
the
regime or
welfare
resume?
of his people. He sided with the elders that day on Mount Taygetos.
If killing cryptia will get our home back, I'll do it.
Yeah, well, there's apparently one right over there, so let's go get him.
If Archidamos believes in the old ways, won't killing his cryptia create conflict between him and Pausanias? I miss Kefalonia sometimes. Life was simple, even if Marcos was a bumbling idiot.
This is true. The Helotes can be provoked into a riot. I wonder what that means. And how they can be provoked into a riot.
They'll be watching for me. I need to be careful.
So I just need to kill the one guy. With any luck, I will be able to do that very easily. Although, there's always the chance that it might require some effort. Ooh, actually. No. Here's, like... Alright. So... no. That is not the way that I needed to go. Sorry. Excuse me. Coming through. Nope. Still... Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Okay. Now I'm on the out. Excellent. Actually, let's kill this mercenary real quick like. That was really quick. He didn't really stand that much of a chance.
Here comes the sun.
It's always good to see another sunrise. And in case you missed a previous, I mentioned previously, Cassandra has a horse, and I spend most of my time just running on foot from place to place, which would be slower than just riding the horse that Cassandra has available to her at all times. But this allows me to pick up the random bits of iron metal, of olive wood, and maybe hunt a couple animals here or there on my way, which, like, the ship requires these things in mass, and you're going to get more crafting resources out of just regular ship battle than you will just kind of roaming about, but every little bit helps. What is this bird drop? Nothing. These birds are worthless. Now, like that previous section, I just have to kill the one guy. I don't really have to worry about doing anything else.
Careful. Don't want to be caught here.
And well, even if I am, like, this fort is really... It's remote, to say the least. Oh my, he's level 34. But he's sleeping. So I'm not particularly worried. Wow. He died, and there was a guy just standing next to him. And the guy standing next to him didn't even realize something was wrong. Okay, so here's a question that's kind of been raised by previous discussion. Is that I was wondering earlier on in the game is whether you could choose a side. And I'm reaching a point in which I could potentially become a citizen of Sparta. If I do become a citizen of Sparta, does this mean that I can freely go through, go in and out of Spartan camps and hideouts? Because even after I helped them out in Megaris, that was the name of the that first area, I believe it was called Megaris. Even after I was able to, I helped them there, and I ousted Athens from that area. They were like, "Oh, we were glad we got your help, but get out." So it would be interesting to see if there is a change that way. So, like, I still won't be invited in Athenian hideouts and bases and camps, but Spartan ones I can come and go as I please. At least that's what I'm hoping. Because then you can at least see a drastic change. Like, it wouldn't really affect the storyline quite as much, but it would be a drastic change in how the game is played. And for another picturesque viewpoint, at least this time, the sun is out. Even the ruins of whatever lay before here still look fantastic. Now, supposedly, I could provoke the people into a riot, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to kill the guy. Ooh, I wonder if I could kill the guy from the zip line. Like, drop down on him from here? Let's find out. Nah, nope. I had my chance. That would have been really cool, but I missed the timing. Should I go back up and try that again? I'll go back up and try that again. Alright, second time around. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah! And nobody cares. Everybody just goes back to what they were doing.
Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.